Look in the mirror. Now, imagine the reflection staring back is something medical science strictly insists shouldn't even exist. We are entirely obsessed with physical perfection. But what actually happens when human DNA decides to violently rewrite the rulebook? Imagine living every single second enclosed in a physical reality so intensely extreme it utterly shatters the minds of world-renowned specialists and turns every standard public outing into a bizarre spectacle. You think you know the limits of human survival? Think again. These aren't just tragic medical anomalies meant to be buried in clinical textbooks. These are rare people who boldly hijacked their impossible destinies. Here on Epic Human Stories, we are exposing the ultimate, mind-bending triumphs of human genetics and willpower. From gravity-defying anatomical structures to surviving the absolute impossible, prepare to have your entire reality shattered. Number 20. Michelle Kish. When looking at family pictures, observers often assume Michelle Kish is the youngest child, though she is actually an adult. She lives with Hallermann-Streiff syndrome, a condition affecting her facial development, vision, and body growth. This has caused a noticeably different appearance since early childhood. Yet, people remember Michelle not just for her rare condition, but for the gentle smile and positive energy she shares. Instead of hiding from public curiosity, she faces life with confidence and an open spirit. Conversations might pause briefly when Michelle enters a room, but the mood shifts the moment she speaks. Those who meet her quickly discover that her small stature holds a warm, humorous individual who is deeply devoted to her family and pets. Though her life requires ongoing medical management, Michelle still embraces the simple pleasures of daily living. This enduring optimism has made her a source of encouragement for many who struggle with feeling out of place. Initial impressions often lead to hasty conclusions when people first see Michelle. Yet, those who take time to hear her journey gain a deeper perspective, recognizing that human worth is never determined by a flawless appearance. Michelle never tried to alter who she was just to fit in. Instead, she committed to living authentically and joyfully, sharing her optimistic outlook on her own terms. Ultimately, her experiences offer a meaningful lesson. Genuine confidence and everyday kindness remain the most compelling qualities a person can possess. Number 19. Gilang Andika. When Gilang Andika was born in Indonesia, a rare congenital condition known as diprosopus deeply stunned both his family and the medical team. The newborn arrived with two distinct faces, two foreheads, and two mouths, all formed on a single skull while sharing one brain. This uncommon craniofacial duplication severely disrupted his most basic bodily functions, making essential reflexes like swallowing milk and breathing highly unpredictable. Leading physicians recognized that the infant's chances of survival were exceptionally low, as his vital organs labored to support a heavily strained nervous system. Yet, this fragile child quietly clung to life with a profound instinct to survive. Human beings frequently look for wonder in massive, spectacular events. Yet, for Gilang's mother and father, the true marvel lay in discovering the inner resolve to embrace their newborn infant completely. Rather than retreating from a daunting diagnostic reality, they dedicated themselves to his daily care with profound personal resilience. This transformed a complex medical journey into an enduring testament to parental devotion. Witnessing the deep bond this family maintained offers a moving perspective on unconditional care. If a specific part of this narrative resonated with you, please share your perspective in the comments section below. You can also support our channel by liking this video and subscribing. This helps ensure we can continue bringing you authentic human accounts that inspire gratitude for life every single day. Number 18. Zai Keith Means. In Alabama, a newborn named Curtis Zai Keith Means secured a unique place in medical history. Delivered at a gestational age of only 21 weeks and 1 day, the infant weighed a mere 420 grams. Medical teams estimated his chances of survival at less than 1%. Yet, inside the intensive care unit, the newborn continued to push forward day after day. His ultimate survival brought immense joy to his family, advanced what doctors thought possible in modern medicine, and earned an official Guinness World Record as the world's most premature surviving baby. Medical teams closely monitored a fragile infant weighing under a single pound who required continuous respiratory support, multiple intravenous lines, and constant clinical interventions to navigate immediate, life-threatening medical complications. Over the following months, Curtis stabilized and steadily grew stronger, demonstrating an unexpected capacity for physical recovery that challenged traditional statistical expectations. His development highlights significant advancements within modern neonatal intensive care units, while offering a profound sense of perspective to other families facing difficult circumstances. Observing this record-holding premature child thrive and reach new developmental milestones illustrates what becomes achievable when advanced medical innovation aligns directly with early patient resilience during critical care. Number 17. William. William's earliest years were shaped by hospital visits, medical evaluations, and the curious stares of onlookers. Doctors diagnosed him with Treacher-Collins syndrome, a rare genetic condition affecting the development of facial bones and structure. For William, daily activities like speaking, eating, and even breathing often proved far more difficult than for other kids. Yet, rather than letting these physical differences drive him into hiding, he gradually developed the confidence to face society with a remarkably positive spirit. Growing up, the soundtrack of William's life wasn't school bells ringing, but the hum of medical equipment and conversations between physicians. A series of operations and lengthy recoveries followed, all aimed at enhancing his health and daily capabilities. Throughout it all, his family dedicated themselves to providing a childhood anchored in love, rather than one overshadowed by clinical battles. This unwavering support allowed William to maintain his optimistic smile, even during the toughest moments of his journey. With age, William chose to speak out, using his journey to teach the public that human value isn't tied to outward appearance. Through public speaking engagements and his digital footprint, he built a supportive community while offering hope to families navigating comparable rare diagnoses. His message remains clear. True self-assurance isn't built on fitting a standard mold, but on embracing your authentic identity. Those who meet William remember his enduring positivity far more than his diagnosis of Treacher-Collins syndrome. Rather than letting daily obstacles discourage him, he used them as fuel to build personal resilience. Ultimately, his path serves as a powerful reminder that compassion, bravery, and endurance carry much more weight than physical perfection. Number 16. Dor Bahadur Khapangi. When held up to Dor Bahadur Khapangi, a standard measuring tape reads precisely 73.4 centimeters. Though he is transitioning into adulthood, this young man lives with the physical size of a toddler. His home is nestled within the rolling valleys of Nepal. In this environment, everyday objects appear massive, turning basic steps into demanding physical climbs. A physical difference this pronounced can easily push a young person toward isolation, especially under the critical stares of the public. Yet, this teenager refused to hide away from the world. Instead, he embraced his unique stature, transforming it into a defining identity before securing a place in the Guinness World Records. It is common to assume that a smaller body naturally corresponds with a fragile spirit. However, Dor disproves this misconception through his bright smile and enduring optimism. He effectively turns daily physical obstacles into a meaningful opportunity to teach a valuable lesson regarding self-worth. For the younger generation, he serves as a living reminder that a person's true character is shaped by their determination, not by numbers on a measuring tape. His resilience in facing hardship offers strong encouragement to others navigating their own physical differences. Ultimately, this young man from Nepal demonstrates that a limited physical size can still create a massive impact, motivating millions of people everywhere to confidently take charge of their own lives. Number 15. Grayson Smith. When Grayson Smith was born in America, medical teams confronted a rare genetic condition known as type 2 Pfeiffer syndrome. The infant was born with a prematurely fused skull, protruding eyes, and webbed digits. Because this rigid bone structure compressed both his brain and his airway, doctors delivered a grim, cold prognosis. They expected that the newborn would survive for only a few weeks. His early life became a constant struggle, requiring dozens of complex cranial surgeries just to open up vital space. Defying the initial timeline, he continued to grow. Grayson's frequent smiles throughout his medical journey inspired the creation of the Grayson Smile community, which grew into a global network. When internet users turned his photographs into cruel memes, his family channeled that hostility into an active campaign. They focused on combating cyberbullying and protecting children living with disabilities. Today, this story provides deep encouragement to others facing severe adversity. Grayson's enduring optimism demonstrates that intense physical challenges cannot diminish a person's inner strength and resilient spirit. Number 14. Yuanhai. Over time, a rare condition known as facial bone hyperostosis fundamentally altered Yuanhai's appearance. The bones in his face expanded significantly, generating intense internal pressure. This growth directly compressed his auditory and visual nerves. As a result, the Chinese man lost his hearing entirely and experienced severely compromised vision. Everyday actions like chewing and swallowing became painful daily challenges, while narrowed airways left him under the constant threat of suffocation. Such profound physical difficulties could easily push anyone into deep isolation. Yet, Yuanhai chose to move forward, confronting these hardships with a silent and deeply enduring resilience. While observers might focus entirely on the hardship, the way Yuanhai and his family navigated these circumstances offers a meaningful perspective on human endurance. He adapted to his changing appearance without outward complaints, continuing to manage severe physical pain every day. His actions reinforce the idea that a person's true worth is completely independent of their physical traits. This perspective provides encouragement for others facing their own daily struggles. Ultimately, his commitment to living with a serious medical condition serves as a reminder that personal determination can endure despite profound physical limitations. Number 13. Raedyn Gallardo. When Raedyn Gallardo was born, his survival required immediate medical intervention. He was diagnosed with Pfeiffer syndrome, a rare congenital condition where the skull bones fuse prematurely. This early fusion altered his head shape, putting critical pressure on his developing brain and restricting his airway. To protect his development, Raedyn underwent a series of high-risk, major surgeries to separate and reshape the bones. Supported by his family's unwavering devotion, he navigated these painful procedures and recoveries. Their shared journey serves as an educational narrative, offering meaningful insight and hope to anyone facing severe health challenges. Number 12. Junior Cox Noon. In Brighton, England, medical staff in the delivery room noticed something unusual about a newborn named Junior Cox Noon. Just hours after his birth, the infant sported a dense, vertical crown of hair, unlike any typical baby. The nurses quickly labeled him Baby Bear, a title that soon caught the attention of international news outlets captivated by his distinctive look. Maintaining that hair required extensive care. His mother spent several hours every week washing, blow-drying, and managing a mane that never shed, growing steadily like a small lion's crest. Rather than treating this development as a difficult burden or a strange anomaly, the Noon family shared their experience to create a heartwarming, educational narrative. Their journey encouraged families across the globe to celebrate the unexpected differences their own children might be born with. Number 11. David Vetter. From the moment of his birth, in 1971, an American boy named David Vetter lived entirely within a sterile enclosure made of oxygenated nylon plastic. David was born with severe combined immunodeficiency, a condition leaving him without natural immunity against basic microbes. Under these circumstances, a simple particle of dust or a direct embrace from his mother could be fatal. Consequently, every ordinary aspect of growing up, from meals and schooling to childhood recreation, required using thick rubber gloves built directly into his chamber walls. Though confined to this restrictive environment, the boy retained a powerful determination to study and an enduring fascination with the vast reality existing just beyond his reach. Inside that restrictive environment, David demonstrated an enduring resilience, maintaining his childhood spirit despite the profound daily isolation. A major development occurred when NASA engineers designed a specialized mobile suit, allowing the young boy to safely step outside. For just a few brief steps, he experienced walking on actual grass and breathing natural air. His journey as the boy in the bubble deeply moved millions of people across the nation. It remains a striking testament to the fundamental human desire for freedom and the basic instinct to explore the world. Although David's 12-year struggle eventually came to an end, he left behind a medical legacy that reshaped healthcare. The scientific data gathered throughout his life helped researchers understand the complexities of the human immune system. These critical insights paved the way for modern bone marrow transplants, a treatment that saves thousands of children with SID today. Ultimately, his journey shows that his life was not defined by limitation, but by a profound contribution to human survival. Number 10. Owen Masterson. When doctors noticed signs of a calvaria on Owen Masterson's ultrasound, his family faced deep anxiety. This exceptionally rare condition means parts of the skull fail to form completely around the brain, and early medical forecasts offered very little hope. Yet, moving past what everyone anticipated, Owen was born and let out his first cry. The delivery room fell completely still for just a moment before intense emotions took over. Sitting by Owen's small crib, his family spent days finding deep value in moments others might easily overlook. A brief facial expression, a subtle reaction, or simply observing his growth from one day to the next carried profound significance. Owen's daily reality looked different from that of most children, given his ongoing need for specialized medical care and constant attention. Yet, rather than letting fear dominate everything, the people around him chose to maintain hope and surround him with love. While many anticipated that medical challenges would entirely define Owen's life, the profound emotional resilience of his family left a lasting impression on others. Instead of viewing him as a tragic figure, they saw a child who deserved affection, support, and joy, just like any other individual. This profoundly grounded approach is exactly why his journey touched so many hearts across the globe. Owen Masterson's journey stands out not just because his development surpassed initial medical predictions, but because of how his presence altered the perspectives of those around him. Certain moments feel incredibly delicate, appearing as if they might vanish at any second, yet they retain the ability to redefine how we view perseverance and optimism. This experience highlights that genuine fortitude does not require a flawless condition, but rests in the determination to move forward while accepting love amidst profound difficulties. Number 9. Tessa Evans. When Tessa Evans was born in Ireland, her face completely missed a feature most people take for granted: a nose. She was diagnosed with congenital arrhythmia, an incredibly uncommon condition that left her without an external nose or an olfactory sinus system. From her very first breath, the infant faced immediate, life-threatening respiratory dangers. Medical professionals quickly performed an emergency tracheostomy to keep her alive, transforming the basic act of breathing into a constant medical struggle. Growing up with such a distinct facial difference brought immense physical challenges, but the young girl developed with remarkable energy and resilience. These significant craniofacial structural differences did not stop the young girl from embracing life with genuine enthusiasm. Tessa adapted to her unique anatomy with a consistently cheerful attitude, frequently flashing a bright smile despite the inquisitive looks she received in public. Rather than spending her childhood isolated within clinical walls, she actively joined in playing and singing, sharing happiness with those around her, just like other children her age. Her steady perseverance transformed a challenging medical reality into an inspiring, real-world lesson about strength and everyday determination. By deciding to share their daughter's daily life on social media, the Evans family generated a significant shift in global awareness. They utilized Tessa's complex medical journey as a platform to educate the public about rare congenital conditions and raise funds for necessary medical care. This narrative of daily perseverance shows that true value is not defined by physical appearance, but by how individuals respond to unexpected hardships. Witnessing Tessa's enduring spirit provides millions of people with the motivation to handle their own personal difficulties. Tessa Evans is moving into a new chapter as the first individual in the world to utilize 3D printing technology for a staged artificial nose reconstruction that gradually matches her specific stages of growth. This advanced medical approach directly changes her appearance, while establishing a brand new pathway for the field of modern reconstructive surgery. Her ongoing experiences provide a meaningful example of constant hope and determination. It demonstrates that when individuals continue striving forward, the surrounding world can collaborate to achieve positive results that previously felt entirely unattainable. Number 8. James Partridge. Following a severe roadside accident, an 18-year-old boy managed to escape from a burning vehicle. The intense heat left his skin deeply burned, while the impact fractured his underlying facial bone structure. This was the exact moment that reshaped the entire life of James Partridge. In the aftermath, he faced a new daily reality, marked by uncomfortable stares and social avoidance from those around him. Rather than withdrawing from public view, James chose to confront these challenges openly. He channeled his physical recovery into a dedicated mission, founding the advocacy organization known as Changing Faces. Through this group, he worked to secure equal rights and fair treatment for people living with facial differences. James Partridge showed that a person's worth is found in their character and inner strength, rather than their outward appearance. Up until his final days, he remained deeply committed to launching educational initiatives that pushed broadcasters and the general public to change how they view and respect the wide spectrum of human faces. For countless individuals living with facial differences worldwide, his experiences offered genuine motivation and a renewed drive to navigate their own daily challenges. Ultimately, his journey demonstrates that physical scars do not signal the end of a meaningful life, but can instead stand as a lasting testament to human resilience and purpose. Number 7. Jeff Dabe. From birth, a natural mutation gave Minnesota native Jeff Dabe hands and arms that far exceeded typical human dimensions. His upper limbs grew to remarkable proportions, with a forearm circumference reaching 49 centimeters and hands large enough to easily cradle a basketball. Suspecting a dangerous underlying syndrome, medical experts conducted a series of diagnostic tests. Fortunately, the results revealed that his condition was entirely benign, a natural case of bone and muscle hypergrowth. Even so, this real-life Popeye appearance subjected him to constant stares, leading to deep isolation throughout his childhood years. Instead of withdrawing into the shadows because of his unique physical anatomy, Jeff made a deliberate decision. He stepped directly onto the professional arm wrestling stage. By effectively utilizing his exceptionally large hands, once regarded as a flaw, he dominated major competitive tournaments. Jeff convincingly won multiple state championships. This visible transition from childhood isolation to high-level athletic success provided audiences with excellent entertainment. It also highlighted the true power of self-confidence. Ultimately, this journey transmits an encouraging message to the world. It demonstrates that fully accepting our physical differences can serve as a genuine launchpad when we choose to elevate our own personal value. Away from the intense competitive arena, Jeff's daily routine centers on a quiet resilience and a deep commitment to supporting his family. He routinely applies his massive physical strength to the demanding manual labor on his farm, operating heavy machinery and assisting neighbors across his local community without a single complaint. This lifestyle demonstrates that a person's true character is never defined by an unusual physical appearance, but rather by how they use their natural gifts to protect others and build a stable life. Ultimately, Jeff Dabe's personal story highlights the enduring power of human resolve, offering meaningful motivation for people to confidently accept their unique physical differences and shape their own paths forward. Number 6. Isabella Leclair. Walking down the street, Isabella Leclair moves with a distinct gait, a consequence of her right leg weighing nearly 40 pounds. Throughout her childhood, lingering glances and quiet whispers from strangers became a familiar reality, all due to the visible traits of Parkes-Weber syndrome. At times, covering up with long pants felt like the easiest way to escape public scrutiny. Yet, with age came a pivotal realization: concealing her body indefinitely would never bring the genuine self-assurance she sought. The summer months used to bring a unique dread for Isabella, as others dressed freely while she focused entirely on concealing her leg. Then, she chose a completely different path. She put on a bikini, posed for the camera, and uploaded the images online. While the upload resembled a typical digital update to onlookers, it marked the precise moment Isabella embraced her appearance without apology. Her choice resonated deeply, encouraging numerous individuals dealing with body confidence challenges and personal insecurities. Rather than allowing online platforms to dictate standard definitions of appearance, Isabella utilized her own experiences to reshape how people view physical variety and self-esteem. She never attempted to portray her daily life as flawless or without struggle, focusing instead on the message that every individual deserves to feel secure in their own body. Through the years, her poised demeanor before the lens evolved into a clear representation of self-worth, contrasting sharply with prevailing, narrow expectations of beauty. The glare of cameras, public visibility, and online feedback no longer push Isabella into isolation. Over time, she transformed her self-assurance into a steady source of encouragement for those living with physical insecurities or distinct medical conditions. This journey for Isabella Leclair was never about altering her body to fit in, but rather about discovering self-worth. In the end, simply finding peace with who you are can become a powerful message. Number 5. Lila Hart. On a bright Los Angeles sidewalk, a standard parking meter measures exactly 1.37 meters tall. As an adult, this is the precise height of Lila Hart. Born with spina bifida and congenital scoliosis, she underwent 7 major, difficult surgeries before reaching her 14th birthday. Growing up, she was frequently targeted by cruel taunts and offensive labels like midget or crippled. It was a harsh environment that could easily break someone's spirit. Yet, rather than retreating from public life, Lila decided to face her reality directly, maintaining an enduring sense of resilience and profound optimism. Across America, the professional stand-up comedy stage offered a welcoming space where Lila reshaped her physical differences into compelling performance material. Stepping into the spotlight, her natural charm and wit allowed her to turn difficult stories about her height into genuine audience laughter. Confronting the quiet whispers through her routines helped break down societal prejudices and systemic discrimination against people with disabilities. This real-life footage provides a profound look at human resilience, showing how personal challenges can be embraced to redefine a life. Today, Lila's regular visibility across various media platforms provides meaningful and deeply compassionate entertainment, standing as a clear example of an unyielding determination to thrive. Her journey sparks genuine optimism for countless individuals facing difficult life circumstances, motivating them to practice self-love and confidently reclaim control of their own paths. This enduring courage serves as proof that human value cannot be calculated with a tape measure. True stature is instead determined by the depth of a person's character and their active desire to make a positive impact. Number 4. Jessica Rogers. For Jessica Rogers, the steady rhythm of wheelchair tires spinning along a racing track is a familiar backdrop to daily life. Her story started in Brazil, where she was born with a rare condition called sacral agenesis. Because the lower portion of her spine failed to develop properly, she faced physical limitations from an early age. Following her first 14 months in a care facility, she was adopted by Phyllis Rogers and brought to the United States for medical attention. A subsequent leg amputation surgery did not diminish Jessica's optimism. Instead, it allowed her to adapt effectively and freely pursue her greatest passions. Training sessions often stretched late into the afternoon, with Jessica remaining on the track long after others departed. She dedicated hours to wheelchair track and field, aiming to secure a spot on Team USA for the Rio 2016 Paralympics. Each movement of her wheels meant more than mere physical conditioning. It demonstrated her discipline and steady resolve. Recognizing the difficult path ahead, Jessica remained entirely focused on her goals, trusting in her own capacity to succeed. Jessica Rogers connects with people not only through her sports achievements, but because of her grounded optimism and determination. Rather than letting physical limitations outline her future, she chose to turn those difficulties into fuel for personal growth. Seeing Jessica maintain her pace on the track reminds observers that resilience is rarely a built-in trait. Instead, it is earned through daily persistence amid common hardships. Her life demonstrates that profound strength often begins with a quiet decision to never stop trying. Number 3. Courtney Gabrus. Medical professionals initially feared the worst for Courtney Gabrus when a rare form of muscular dystrophy caused by an L-amina gene mutation suddenly triggered a severe stroke. Within moments, the young woman lost all movement on one side of her body, and her ability to speak completely vanished inside her isolated hospital room. With her physical health deeply depleted, even the simplest daily tasks became an exhausting struggle that heavily tested her mental and physical endurance. Rather than giving up in the face of this diagnosis, Courtney chose a path of quiet persistence, launching a steady effort to reclaim her mobility, her voice, and her everyday life. Today, Courtney speaks on prominent public stages as a dedicated advocate for disability rights, demonstrating how personal determination can overcome severe physical challenges. Once unable to utter her own name, she now uses her recovered voice to represent and support millions of vulnerable individuals worldwide. Her journey stands as a clear reminder that a physical diagnosis does not limit a person's capacity to contribute to the world around them. This enduring resolve offers a deeply educational message and genuine encouragement to anyone facing an overwhelming hardship, proving that it is entirely possible to build a meaningful and impactful future even after a devastating medical crisis. Number 2. Giorgia Lanuzza. For Giorgia Lanuzza, entering her teenage years brought a profound emotional crisis. The devastating loss of her father, alongside sudden, distressing changes to her body. In the wake of that trauma, a severe case of psoriasis flared up, eventually blanketing nearly her entire skin. The highly visible redness and peeling made her the focus of unwanted attention and painful social rejection. Soon, Giorgia no longer wanted to face a mirror or even leave her home, feeling completely disconnected from everyone around her. These painful experiences ultimately transformed into a turning point, where Giorgia chose to confront her reflection rather than hide away. She started speaking out about her condition, not to look for pity, but to teach others that a skin condition never diminishes a person's value. Gradually, Giorgia shared her journey on social media and in public spaces with growing confidence, advocating for self-acceptance and self-love. Observers were often struck not by her skin's appearance, but by the remarkably vibrant, authentic energy she brought into every room. Today, the glare of camera lights no longer intimidates Giorgia as it once did. Instead, she has channeled her difficult experiences into a daily drive to live with self-assurance. Giorgia Lanuzza's path isn't a quest for perfection, but a lesson in valuing herself through life's most challenging chapters. Ultimately, her journey reminds us that true beauty doesn't rely on flawless skin, but on the courage to rise above pain, continuing forward with confidence and strength. Number 1. Devin. Inside a packed Montana high school gymnasium, the home crowd erupts into loud cheers as a young competitor walks out onto the wrestling mat. Both of his arms hang completely still by his sides. This is 15-year-old Devin, an athlete born with arthrogryposis multiplex congenita, a rare congenital condition known as AMC. From birth, this diagnosis left his shoulder muscles entirely non-functional and deprived him of a natural grip. While these severe physical barriers often make independent living incredibly difficult, Devin adapted early on by training his feet to function like a second pair of hands. By mastering these movements, he learned to manage his daily needs entirely on his own. Imagine kneading your toes to turn a textbook page, or finish everyday classroom assignments. Or picture executing detailed design blueprints that demand precise millimeter accuracy. Devin successfully developed this exceptional level of lower body dexterity while consistently maintaining an excellent academic record at his high school. For this teenager, living with AMC was never a permanent barrier. Instead, he treated it like a complex puzzle to be solved through daily persistence. This documented footage of his journey reveals a powerful message. It shows how human capability is ultimately determined not by physical limitations, but by the refusal to give up. Devin eventually pushed far beyond basic daily tasks. He surprised his classmates by joining the high school wrestling team, all while focusing on his goal of becoming an architect. Videos documenting his athletic activities and daily life soon attracted wide attention, reaching millions of viewers across various social media platforms. His persistent optimism provides a clear example of resilience. By focusing on his aspirations rather than his physical limitations, Devin demonstrates how someone can actively shape their own future. Ultimately, his story shows that a person's true potential is defined by the scale of their dedication and the height of their personal ambitions. Listen, society has hardwired us to constantly chase this fake, filtered illusion of physical perfection. But let me tell you something real. True power, it doesn't come from a flawless face or a standard-issue body. It is forged in the absolute fire of waking up every single day in a body the world doesn't understand and deciding to fiercely thrive anyway. These aren't just stories. They are an aggressively beautiful wake-up call. Stop agonizing over your minor insecurities. If these individuals can rewrite reality to their will and find absolute unfiltered joy against impossible medical odds, what exactly is our excuse? The human spirit is entirely bulletproof, and it's time we start acting like it. So, how are you going to use your bulletproof spirit today? Drop your wildest thoughts in the comments below, because I seriously want to read them. If this reality check blew your mind, smash that like button and subscribe to Epic Human Stories so we can keep bringing you these insane journeys. Missed our last upload? Go binge it right now. You won't regret it. Keep pushing your absolute limits, stay completely unstoppable, and have a ridiculously amazing day. Catch you in the next one.